Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here for your game number 2 of the IOPS OSL from 2005, the semifinals between Goodfriend, who is on your right of your screen. Look at that record versus Zerg, 5-0. 5-0 versus Zerg in this Star League, not overall, of course. Julyzerg 15 and something, 15 and 7 or 15 and 9 or something like that. Still a very good record. On the left side of your screen, this is game number 2 of their semifinal series to see who goes to the finals to face Nada, the genius Terran who played brilliantly in his semifinal match against Go Rush. And anyway, so we're gonna get into game number 2. By the way, I've been doing all these games out of order. I do not know which semifinal was actually played first in real life. This could have been played before Nada versus Go Rush. I'm not sure actually, but I didn't check. But I'm just kind of casting things in my own order because you know, during the quarterfinals, for example, they played game 1 of all the games, all the sets, and then game 2 and 3 of all the sets on a different day, and it didn't make sense for me to do that. So just casting the series as I go. Doesn't really matter since they've all happened 15 plus years ago now anyway. Anyway, so yeah, Goodfriend taking game number 1 with a nice little counter to Julyzerg, going with a Zergling defense on the crazy. Oh man, that map, that choke point on that map, Neo Guillotine, is pretty bonkers the way things go. I'm gonna have to think of some French Revolution jokes like I mentioned in game number 1 before the next time we see that map. If you guys don't know, I was actually a history teacher for a while. So I have taught high school students about the French Revolution in world history class. So I can probably think of some really obnoxiously terrible French Revolution jokes if I put my mind to it. Anyway, but this is not Neo Guillotine, this is Alchemist. And this is our weird map where you can see the 3 spawn positions. I've been over this map a lot, so I'm not going to review it too much, but just want to point out, in case you're not following too closely, that the spawn points that they are at right now are difficult to traverse between them. It's the ramp down to the natural, the bridge over to a little island, and then the bridge over to your opponent's natural. So there's a few really strong choke points between you and your opponent. So which can favor either player depending on what the situation is. I think in general that favors the Zerg player though, because oftentimes in the mid game of TVZ, the Zerg player is like, I just want to defend with lurkers until I can get some cool stuff happening and get my econ going and get my hive tech. And that guy had his earbuds in 2005, by the way. That's really interesting. Anyway, there's a guy in the audience. Goodfriend is really slowing down the 3rd hatchery of Julyzerg here. Pulling a Nada. Nada did this as well, and this time, Julyzerg can't just place his hatchery in a different spot. Oh, he gets it down. He gets it down. He baited him away from the hatchery spot by making him attack the drones as they went away. Anyway, so a very significant delay of the 3rd base, but it's not as big of a deal in this case because there is a pretty strong choke point that Julyzerg can hold on the other side. Now, the hatchery that got delayed is the one in the back of his base, where if Goodfriend decided to go all the way around the map and actually, whoa, oh, okay. Goodfriend building not just 2 barracks in his main, but building a 3rd barracks in a hidden location at the top left end of the map. He is just going to go for a massive attack, I think, just with a huge all-in marine attack is what it looks like. Let's see if he stops making SCVs. He's got his ramp held with a nice marine wall, but there's a lot of Zerglings there. They're going to have to fall back between the barracks to defend them, and the Zerglings are small enough they can get through, though. He's going to need to pull SCVs off the line. That is a perfect defense against Zealots, but not against Zerglings. The Zerglings get into the main, doing significant damage, killing a few units, but then deciding that, oh, they're gonna have to leave. And actually, the Firebat's popping out at the perfect moment to intercept the retreating Zerglings and roast several of them on their way out. So he is actually getting some gas here. Let's see if... Okay, what is this Zergling doing? Just kind of looking around. Okay, the Zergling is just scouting. Is he actually scouting for hidden tech or hidden buildings or something like that? Or maybe it's just running up to... Yeah, I think he is scouting specifically for hidden stuff around his base. Looking for a hidden factory or something like that. But a fourth barracks? A fourth barracks going down in that hidden location. And Julyzerg somehow smells something. He knows that something's missing, I think. And he is looking around with his Zerglings, just trying to find, like, where could this hidden something be? I don't know how he knows it, but obviously he is just a super, super smart player with the game sense. Absolute genius game sense. And he is really looking hard for whatever is out here, sending a massive Zerglings around to try and find it. And extra Firebats and medics being created over at these hidden barracks. Goodfriend going to go for an all-in attack here. He knows Julyzerg has 3 bases. It's going to be stretched thin. Will it get scouted? Oh, this Zergling is so close! If he goes down to the bottom right, to the lower right from where he is, he'll see it. Another Zergling going all around the top of the map. Now see, this is that bridge is going to be impossible to defend. And oh, he doesn't see it. Now he sees this side attack coming in with the Zergling. It's a small little, it's maybe not an all-in. I thought he was maybe gonna go all-in with Marines at the front and the back at the same time. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen. It may just be a case of him going in for a little, elite, you know, SEAL Team 6 attack here in the back to just go for a side attack. The Zerglings are not going to be able to match for the Firebats. They roast them immediately, but he's going to have to go for it anyway. Oh no, the Sunken Colony comes in and he actually attacks the Marine. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. The Firebat was almost dead, but the medics were healing it. He surrounds the Firebat and finally kills. It's taking so much to kill a single Firebat. Oh my goodness, and now he's had to pull drones as well, and he's regrouping a little bit. Some Marines coming in to reinforce. The medics are still alive. Now Goodfriend cannot push the other side though, because the Sunken Colonies on the bridge are just too strong. Okay, this is Julyzerg. He needs to do this exactly. He needs to try and pick off stranded units. He's gonna go in the back and try and kill off the Marines while the Firebats are not there. Trying to morph more Sunken Colonies. This is looking very familiar though, ladies and gentlemen. The Sunken Colony pops in order to get 1 or 2 shots off before dying, and every time he runs in, he tries to surround the Firebat and kill it, but the Firebat with a couple medics on it is just too strong, and the Firebats are just absolutely obliterating the Zerglings. There is a Spire up now. There's a Sunken Colony in the main. Can he hold off long enough to build some Mutalisks to maybe deal with this? Now, in this case, Julyzerg's economy has not been very threatened. He's been fighting for dear life with these Zerglings, but he's still been mining at his main and his natural this entire time. So has he built up enough money to build enough Mutalisks to deal with this situation? Or are we going to see Goodfriend defeat the ZVT Master in his own game 2 games in a row with very quick attacks? The Firebat is finally dead. The Firebats are finally all dead. It's taken so much effort to kill off those Firebats, but they are dead, and now only the Marines remain. But the Marines are going to be more effective, of course, against these Mutalisks. He's going to try and go in with Mutas and Zerglings, and this is going to finally crush this attack. There's just too much stuff there. It looks like Goodfriend trying to target down the Mutalisks, maybe. And, but finally the attack gets cleared up. Crazy. So Julyzerg is going to live for now, and he's actually like, alright, I know there's something up here. I'm going to send my Mutas up here to try and kill off these other units. And it may just, okay, yeah. So now with the Mutalisks in play, he's going to be able to deal with these Firebats. And, oh, okay, so now a lot of units actually just got picked off. So that is actually really, really bad. Julyzerg lost a lot of stuff, but in that little, I don't know if I call it a counterattack, but, pushing up the left side of the map, he caught like 6 units that were just like, trying to rally down. Now he's gonna be able to kill off these barracks as well. So Julyzerg is going to get some recompense for his losses. I don't know if it's quite the amount that he's lost, though, is the thing. But he's going to be able to fight back a little bit. Anyway, Julyzerg is going to be able to kill off these barracks. They're trying to float away. It's not going to happen. Okay, that one's burning, bro. Just go ahead and kill the other one. I mean, he's not paying too much attention to these barracks right now. He's doing other stuff with his life. Whoa, that is actually a pretty significant Zergling counterattack coming around the top of the map. And Goodfriend does have a lot of stuff, though. I don't think these Zerglings are going to be much of a problem without the Mutalisks overhead to try and like pick off the fire bats, and they are going to be forced to retreat. Seeing that group there, maybe he was hoping that Goodfriend's forces would be down the ramp to the south. Gets that second barracks as well. Just might as well. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to have those Mutalisks doing some harassment at the same time. Oh, he's having to rebuild his spire. He lost his spire during that attack, I think. Okay, now he's coming in. Okay, that's why he hasn't been making more Mutalisks to increase that squad, and that's why he was kind of waiting instead of harassing, because he couldn't get up to a larger number of Mutalisks. Okay, so that I didn't realize that the spire went down. Sorry, I missed that detail. Very important detail. But Goodfriend is going to try and capitalize on this lack of production time. Julyzerg's probably been making drones in the meantime. He still did maintain control of that third hatchery. So, okay, he's going to try and go in here with some mutas and some Zerglings. The turret feeling too strong. But this is a nice counterattack. He's going to maybe draw... Yeah, Goodfriend actually... Oh no, he's on top of the production facilities. And he loses the tank! Oh no! Goodfriend wasn't paying attention. He didn't siege up his tank outside. He loses the tank to the sunken colonies. That is huge. That is huge because right now he could be shelling those sunkens. He could be putting the pressure, tightening the screws on Julyzerg. And instead, Julyzerg is given more time to build up his forces and to harass these units and build up his Mutalisk count, get some more Zerglings back out on the map, and do some more harassment. And that's exactly what he's doing. Look at this, he's killing so many units because they're spread thin. And he's gonna just attack move here and actually obliterate a bunch of medics and marines. Goodfriend is falling apart. His entire force has just been killed. These turrets I don't think are quite gonna be enough to deal with all these Mutalisks. Here they come in. They're actually just gonna target down that one turret. He's trying to repair it with all of his SCVs, and it looks like it's gonna work actually. Julyzerg I think might be switching to killing the SCVs instead, which is a smart move because that's the whole point of killing the turret, is so that you can have free reign to kill the SCVs. He is just slaughtering everything now with these Mutalisks. In before there's a Zergling follow-up as well. Julyzerg always has the Zergling follow-up. Well, usually, actually, we're not seeing, we're just seeing Mutalisks, actually. He's just got 3 hatcheries, 3 gases, and making tons of Mutalisks with them. There's these Irradiate, though. Oh, no, and he actually loses, kind of luckily for Julyzerg, he didn't pull the Irradiated Mutalisk out at all. He just missed it. He may have been macroing or something like that. But luckily for him, Goodfriend actually irradiated a damaged Mutalisk so that it died quickly, so it didn't do full splash damage to the Mutalisks around it. So a little bit of a kind of a mistake actually in a way by Goodfriend. I wouldn't call missed opportunity. Let's call it a missed opportunity rather than a mistake. Because, at that point, when you've got Mutalisks attacking your units, and you're desperate, and you get that Irradiate upgraded, and you get the Science Vessel in play, you want to irradiate as quickly as possible. Do that damage sooner rather than later before you lose more SCVs, rather than spend the time clicking around to see which Mutalisks are damaged. He's actually going to dive straight in here and kill off the Science Vessel. Julyzerg is like, you got turrets? I don't give an F. I don't give a Zergling about your turrets. I'm still going to just go in. So aggressive. It's so fun to watch aggressive Zerg players play. Julyzerg is one of the original aggressive Zerg players. Of course, maybe Yellow being the original aggressive Zerg player. Wow. So Julyzerg now at Hive Tech. Evolution Chamber and Den. This is really interesting. But look at this. He's actually kept Goodfriend from mining at this second base for a long time. So good, and he's he loses a couple mutilas for no reason. That new science vessel out there is like scaring him off as well. I think he knows that an irradiate is in the bank, and he's gonna have to run away with those mutilas. In the meantime, though, Julyzerg has gotten a 4th base with a 4th gas at the top left. He's actually getting a 5th base at the top left natural as well. Greater Spire is morphing, ladies and gentlemen. I think we saw that earlier, but it didn't click in my head, and now it's finally clicking. And the clicking is the same as the ticking of the time that Goodfriend has left. Sorry, my metaphors are a little bit of a stretch today. A bit of a stretch, like when you take a fruit roll up and you pull it, and there's, oh my god, that's 12 Guardians. Forget my bad metaphors. 12 Guardians are morphing right now, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know what he can do about it. I don't know if he's ready for this. A few Mutalisks are running around the map as well. He's even got Hydralisks! Brilliant! He's got the Hydralisks to protect the Guardians. What is he doing? Is he just hunting around? I'm not sure what he's doing with these extra few Mutalisks. Maybe just looking around the map just to see if there's anything sneaky going on. But the Hydralisks to protect the Guardians in case of Wraiths or Valkyries or something like that is a brilliant maneuver, and he can just go over there and camp. Okay, there are Wraiths actually too. He does have the Wraiths, so maybe he scouted them at some point. Okay, it's just morphing random Guardians in the distance for some reason. Maybe to protect that base, I'm not sure. But if he can position these Guardians on one side of the bridge and just shell across the bridge, he has Overlord speed as well. He's got Scourge in play. Julyzerg has the perfect defense set up to defend these Guardians from anything that attacks them, while the Guardians can kill everything on the ground. Here come the Wraiths. Irradiate goes off. It's a nice Irradiate, but the Scourge are there to answer the Wraiths. The Hydralisks are there to answer the Wraiths as well, although he actually attacks the Hydralisks actually against the Marines. The Marines are killing off the Hydralisks, so this may actually work out well for Goodfriend, but no, he just doesn't have enough stuff. While he's killing off the Hydralisks, the Guardians are just killing everything on the ground. The Wraiths are going to come back in afterwards with the cloak on, but there's just too many Overlords there as well. There are still barely enough Hydralisks left to kill off and actually more Hydralisks coming in to reinforce too. He's going to be able to kill off the Wraiths. He's going to lose the Science Vessel and the Wraith at the rally point instead of falling back up there. And there's the GG. Julyzerg taking game number 2. Wow, what a showing. Julyzerg just took control of that game. Absolutely amazing play. And I think, you know, if I'm going back and looking at where the turning point, there was a point in time where it looked like Julyzerg was dead, right? Let's go back and see if we can find that time. When this attack was coming in here, right now, look at this. Julyzerg's losing drones. He's losing all his Zerglings. There's still stuff left. The Firebat is killing everything. He still can't kill that Firebat. At this point in time, it looks like Julyzerg might just lose, because he's going to probably lose his 3rd base. And, you know, it looks like it's kind of all over for him. It's interesting Goodfriend didn't do a secondary attack on the ramps. I think that was a smart idea, but it means that he's only attacking with his 2 barracks worth of units. I mean, it's really hard to make 3 barracks worth of units, but still. Anyway, so at this point, it looks like he's dead. But then Julyzerg gets his Spire up. And look at this. Okay, actually, let's see if we can watch this again real quick. So here's the Spire. Okay, the Spire did die while he was in the main here, and I just kind of didn't notice it. I was too focused on the Zerglings and Mutalisks popping up. But before the Spire dies, he made 6 Mutalisks. And he collected them up, and once he had those Mutalisks in play, they were too strong, and he was able to clean this up. And once he cleans up this attack in his main, then it starts to, you know, the seesaw starts to tip the other way. And, again, it's not a weight joke, but, you know, it's like Julyzerg has gotten on to the other side of the seesaw, and he's starting to tip things his direction. And then he starts catching units, starts catching buildings with these mules, and from there it was just downhill. And after that, he just had too much control. And once he gets his defenses up here, he starts building in the top left. He starts getting this stuff running in the bottom left. Goodfriend was just not able to really do much about that. And he had this chance with the tank as well. I think we might have missed it or something. Yeah, we already missed this attempt at going in with the tank. But losing that tank early on, and then just letting those units get cleaned up in their retreat as they were trying to go back to his own natural after the tank died, and he was getting harassed in his main with the Mulas. Goodfriend just lost too much stuff, and once he lost control of the map, Julyzerg took control of the map, and then it was just Julyzerg just getting a bunch of crap. He just could do whatever he wanted at that point in time with 4. I think he ended up with 5 gases, 5 bases. It was just ridiculous. So Julyzerg taking it back, tying up the series at 1 game apiece. This is a best of 5. So neither player is quite within striking distance of a win just yet. Game 3 is going to decide who has that advantage and is going to have the momentum going into the possible deciding 4th game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching. GG.